What's up, everybody? Just got out of the shower and gonna be going for a walk again. It's been a little while, since I made a video. And is it raining? Yeah, it is. It's raining. Oh, actually, it's storming. I hear thunder. So, yeah, I wasn't entirely sure, like, what I was gonna make my video about. Guess I was just gonna do like an update of kind of what I've been going through the past 4 or 5 days, I guess. Some good news and lightning. I have some good news and not bad news, but it's kind of a uphill battle kind of thing, you know? And so good news is I have a interview set up for a job, and the job is for is going through what's the name of it? I'm having a brain fart. Robert Young Center, which was the place where I had the therapy group. It's a mental health clinic, and they had like a jobs program thing, and I went through that, and they recommended a job for me, and it was called the Arc of the Quad Cities. And basically that program that I was going through is makes it, they look for jobs that they're associated with, because they're associated with a large list of companies that agreed to this, that agreed to like hire and help out, people with, mental disabilities, things like that, and even just mental illness like anxiety and autism, things like that. And being that was one of the biggest things that I struggled with as far as keeping a job goes, that's kind of comforting. Anyways, so I ended up, it's windy. God, it's cold as hell. Heard it's supposed to snow tomorrow too, but we'll see. Anyways, I was, they recommended me to the Arc of the Quad Cities. I called them, and they did a screening. Basically, they're just asking questions. Things like, what I'm capable of, and the things that I can do, like, can you lift 40 pounds, and do you have any physical disabilities, things like that. And I went through that, and then they waiting for a call now from the Arc of the Quad Cities, because they're looking through the assessments that I went through. And I should be expecting a call Monday. Today is Saturday. And so I'm really excited. And basically what the Arc of the Quad Cities is, because it's really something that I believe in too. Because what they do is they help people with disabilities learn skills to be able to enter the workforce and stuff, and they also have many other different resources that helps them out and stuff. And so being a part of something like that would be really cool, just because I know what it's like to have your mental illness be in the way of work, and the world isn't really built for neurotypical people, and I'm not saying that like I'm unique or anything, but it just is like, the world doesn't take account of people who are afraid to drive, and people who have anxiety and autism, things like that. It's just doing normal basic tasks is really hard, and a lot of people don't understand that. And so it's really cool that there's a lot of companies out there now that are bringing awareness to that and letting people taking their disabilities into account and focusing on the things that they're good at and accommodating for them. And it's really something cool, something that I'd love to be a part of. Not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing. They gave me like a brief summary. Seems like a warehouse job because it's not actually in or at the ARC building itself. It's more I'm at a different place where I'll be like doing packaging and warehouse work and stuff. But even still, it's still really cool that they'll understand that I have anxiety and autism and stuff, and they work with you. I also noticed that they have ties with the ARC Quad Cities, have like these agreements that they made with like all kinds of companies. Walmart was one of them, a bunch of other ones that I can't remember that I didn't really recognize that much, but Walmart was one that stuck out. Like there's just a few auto shop companies, things like that, that have like these agreements with the ARC of the Quad Cities to like hire people with disabilities and things like that. So that's the good news. Things I've been struggling with is just motivation. It's really hard to like I want to say lazy, but it's not really lazy, I don't think. Because when you're lazy, you don't want to do things that you don't want to do, you know? Like cleaning, like, oh, I don't want to do that. I'd just rather play video games or something like that, you know? It's work. I don't want to do that. But like for me, I don't want to do things that I typically love doing, like painting, for example. Starting to storm pretty good now, you know? And it's just hard to like stay motivated. My anxiety started flaring up again too. I started having not panic attacks, but things like heart palpitations and chest tightness and this dizziness, and I'm afraid of repeating that cycle over again. You know, so there's someone coming, so I don't want to talk too loud because stuff I'm talking about is kind of personal. So just wait a few seconds here. I'll pause the video. Okay, yeah, as I was saying. And just been also kind of depressed on top of it. Just sorry to backtrack, but also with the anxiety, it's hard to want to do stuff because every time I get up and do things, it raises my heart rate. And like it's like one of those things, like until you have a panic attack and feel what it's like a full-blown panic attack, it's like you really don't know how scary they are, you know? Because I had anxiety for many years, most of my life, but I didn't have like a full panic attack until about 4 years ago. And that was, I didn't know. I thought I understood anxiety then, but until I had that bad one, I had no idea that it could get that bad. And so it's really hard to do stuff because just doing that raises my anxiety, and it's such bad timing because I'm trying to get a job now. And I'm afraid that I'm going to fall in the same rut again. And yeah, but all I could do is, what I learned in therapy is, you can never really truly fail unless you give up, you know? And if I keep looking at the positives, might get me through it. And I know I've changed a little bit since the last video of the positive and negative thought processes. But I think I was more of a negative person, meaning when something happened, or I'd make predictions based off my past experiences that most of them admittedly would come true. So I always had this negative outlook, and now I'm just trying to be more neutral, you know? I'm not trying to predict the future or anything like that. So, I'm trying to be optimistic, I suppose. I just see it like you're doing it a day at a time rather than, oh my gosh, I'm having a panic attack. I failed at, recovery. And that's the thing about my channel is when I'm talking about mental health is I'm not doing this as like I'm a recovered person with anxiety and here's tips on how to handle anxiety. And, I'm just a guy with anxiety. This is more of like, I'm not trying to glorify it. I'm not trying to be some motivational speaker or anything like that. I'm just showing you what it's like to have it. And so, I want to document the lows as well as the highs. It's raining really good right now. It's freaking cold. It's got to be like 40 degrees right now, the cold rain. Yeah, that's kind of my approach with it. And like I said, I've said this many times before, but it'd be great to look back someday and see all the growth that's happened over the years. And so I'm starting from rock bottom and see where I go from, years from now. See where I'm at, and I can look back and hopefully be proud of myself. Obviously, the exercising is hard to do just because of the anxiety and the heart anxiety that I have. But I do plan on doing that again. And also eating healthier. Still smoking cigarettes again now. It's just like, it's the whole motivation thing. It feels like I'm being asked to run up a mountain with like weights on my back. It's too, it feels like it's too much at times. And I think I'm gonna go in because it's starting to get so rainy now that it's starting to, my phone's starting to get wet. It's just starting to cut the video short. So I'm gonna head in. So yeah, I'm gonna dry my hair off real quick and I'll get back to you once I'm all dry and cozy. So yeah, that's basically what I've got going on so far. The other good news is I'm doing this fan piece. I've mentioned this a few times, but it's really big news. I'm doing a fan art piece for a game that's currently being developed called Nea, and it's a point-and-click adventure, kind of like Myst. If you ever heard of Myst, it's kind of like that. So the story with how that happened was there's a old point-and-click game that I played when I was a kid called Darkfall, and I really loved those types of games. And I played quite a bit of it as a kid. And as I got older, I didn't have a computer for the longest time. And eventually, when I got a little bit older, I got a computer and Steam. And first game I looked up was Darkfall. And I started playing that and stuff, and all the other point-and-click games that he made, that company made. It's Shadow Tor, I believe, is the company. But I think when Darkfall was made, I think that was a different company, but I could be wrong. I can't remember. Yeah, I played those games, and I became friends with Jonathan Boakes on Facebook, who's the game director, developer of the Darkfall series and other games similar to the Darkfall games. They're all point-and-click adventures. And we became friends on Facebook, and we talked here and there. And I played Myst, quite a bit of it, and I was looking for a a new point and click game, because I played like all of them at this point, you know, and I was like, man, I wish there was like another point and click game out that I could play, a new one. And so I like YouTubed point and click videos, and I came across Nea, and it was a game that was currently being developed, and it looked gorgeous. Like the environment was gorgeous, and being a painter, I really love the environments and games and stuff. I always have. I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I noticed that the developer on Nea is friends with Jonathan Boakes on Facebook, so he was like a mutual friend type of thing. And so we started talking, and I was like, hey, man, I like the game that you're making, you know, because I watched a few videos, too, on his YouTube channel, and I decided to, I asked him, like, hey, would it be cool if we, or if I did a fan piece of your environment? And he was really excited, and he's like, yeah, you could do that. And so I've been working on that for quite some time, because I put a lot of detail into it. And I'm still working on it, but it's looking really great right now. And there's some even more bigger news that I want to share, but I'll wait. But I'm really excited about this one. You'll see why eventually. But yeah, it's my most ambitious painting I think I've ever done, and definitely the most detailed one I've ever done too, by far. I spent a lot of time doing the textures and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm really excited. I'll also keep you updated. I've got quite a bit of footage of me painting the Nea scene, and I'll be uploading that soon. And thanks for watching. I'll be posting the next video I'll probably make is most likely the Nea painting. I'm still kind of compiling clips from the painting, so it's not going to be just like a whole rundown of from beginning to end, but more of like clips of the progression I made, because I feel like if I recorded the whole process, it'd just be too long and tedious for people to watch and enjoy. It'd just be me spending like 3 hours painting, you know, like stone and like metal, you know, and I don't think people would have the attention span for it. But yeah, anyways, I'm kind of blabbing on now. But thanks again for watching, and if you like my artwork or just the vlogs that I do, feel free to like and subscribe if you want to keep listening to me. And if not, that's cool too. I just appreciate watching. And you guys have a good day.